Doing good, doing good. It's glad to be back. Being able to play some of the meta. I'm rather enjoying it, unlike some other people, but definitely enjoy it and glad to be back casting again.
Oh, I'm glad DHL's on a roll because I'm sure not. Got rolled over in pro this week, but here to watch some other games and enjoy talking about Hearthstone with some of my friends and all of these wonderful THL viewers here joining us tonight. Who's that? Mick.
Newcomer.
I've never heard of that. Never heard of that player. Any good? Ooh, shamans this time, so we get to see some priest play. Chelsea, you want to do the honor?
Yeah. Looking at the deck list, they're pretty similar. It seems to be almost a mirror match, almost card for card, but a couple differences between the Warlock and the Death Knight. Looks like Epicat was looking more like he was thinking they were thinking more control based lineup was coming at them with the rats and the blood decay or in the rainbow decay, sorry. Um, and looks like they're playing different Ziliaxes in their pain lock, but beyond that, don't see much else in the difference wise anyway in their list.
That's right. Yeah. So with the shaman's band, it's going to be from each of them: the Rainbow DK, the Pain Warlock, and the Zarimi Priest. Which, except for the DK, is a pretty aggressive lineup. So it'll be interesting to see the how those two clash if we get any actual mirror matches or if they manage to dodge each other with those.
Yeah. I gotta say, those pain lock mirror matches are definitely can be interesting. Just playing this dance.
Yeah, it's such an interesting deck, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. But not too much to die. Yeah.
Yeah, and God forbid you get the Pain Warlock into the Shaman. Just do their job for them.
I'll just help you. I'll just help you do this. Don't worry.
That's fun. Very funny. Awesome.
Uh, I personally am thinking it's going to be the pain lock. That's what I would bring up personally. Not knowing these players very well, even though Epcat is my captain, I don't know. I think the Painlock for me is what I'd roll.
I would choose Priest if it were me. Priest can like just get going so early. Like I've seriously been on like 3 and they just have this wide board and all they gotta do is drop Iliac and toast. So I think that just the sort of upside of that I would be drawn to for sort of like my first queue in, but I'm excited to see what they choose. Yep. All right. Miracle Salesman offered to German ship. That's nice to have something to do on one, although there are plenty of options for that.
Yeah. I think for German Shep, I think it's just the salesman keep and throw the rest. And for Epicat, no, this has to throw it all.
Yep, full toss over there. And not a much better early curve there for Epicat, unfortunately, but
No, I'll be bird.
it is a
Then
control deck.
I think it's just coin Wrangler here. I think the play.
Yeah, with Scale Replica in hand as another turn 2 play, that will draw Zarimi. Um, that does look very tempting, I agree. Start getting the dragon uh, cost online, so that Zarimi's ready to play. And
Well,
German ship
plus
agrees with
next
you.
with the taunt next turn, he's able to play both 1-drops as well, protect the Wrangler.
Oh, that's true.
Right. Epicat. That's a good removal spell there. Just needs to build up a little bit of a board.
Yeah,
Hero
nice
power.
to find that early.
Yeah, I think this is just a hero power and soften up the Wrangler.
Oh, are you in their ears?
No. don't know. Uh, Churgeon pickup. I think it'd be the Churgeon into the taunt, into the whelp. Keep those dragons rolling.
Yep, nice top deck there. Gets more dragons online and a little bit of protection here.
Into this turn, ends up Epicat thinks the pressure's on. We could see a full clear here.
Yeah, this early, it's difficult to already take that out, and it seems, yeah, they prefer to wait for maybe a bigger board.
Two dragons played, third on the way. Fourth, drawn with Sarimi. I think the play here is just maybe Replica and Whelp. Or Replica and Salesman, one of the two.
Yeah, I agree. I like using this sort of lull from Epicat to get this draw online, and we've got a couple of one cost options to follow up with. I like Miracle Salesman for the cycle.
Yeah.
We've already got one taunt up, and if Demon Hunter can get through the one, they can probably get through the two, and so can hold the taunt for
Yeah, with the slow play
more
here
protection
for
in the
German.
future.
Yeah. If Epicat doing the slow play here at German Shep, I think the worst thing you want to do is kind of play it all out to I understand the concept of getting the
Consider
pressure on
the Wrangler.
the Wrangler, but he just decides
Yeah,
to keep
perhaps.
applying the pressure and getting two
Yeah,
more whelps in
perhaps
their hand.
taking that. Yeah, yeah. Oh, nice.
Nice
Where
pick
does
up
that put
there.
them in terms of dragons? That's 1, 2, 3 dragons played.
Three, then two more in hand, plus one that will be drawn with Zarimi. They got enough to get Zarimi online. Epicat here. Almost tempted. With the second threads in hand. I'd almost be tempted to use the first one. There's a second board that could be coming out. If you don't take this out, you're taking 2, 4, 6, 7, 7. It's only 7. So let's go with Mom and Pa.
Yeah, that demands attention. Unfortunately, for German Shep, you can't just let that stack more health on top of the DK. Iliacs would add 5 to the current
Yeah.
threat.
But do you keep this kind of like going into turn 5? Yeah, I was gonna say I kind of want to get the maybe you play the replica, see what 1-drop you get, and then play Whelp with it. You can't get rid of the Mom and Pa anyway unless you play the Ziliacs. At least get this Rumi online now and set yourself up. Get the Drifter down to 1, if not 0. Oh, yep, we are going to Ziliacs guy here and get rid of the Mom and Pa.
Respecting that Mom and Pa there, not gonna let their opponent win by just staying right out of reach the whole time, and seems Epicat's patience paying off in a big way, able to now probably deal with quite a few of the threats from Shep.
Your trap cat. You go hunting first. Thank you. Fred's is Claire. Bill. Hermiturge.
I like hero power threads into the Hematurge.
Yeah.
Give
Find it.
you a
Find it
little bit
easier.
of a board presence at the end there.
Is that card getting fixed? Quotation marks.
Which one?
Threads.
It's,
Uh,
it's depends on the matchup,
I mean,
really.
Yeah.
yeah, you only get 2 of them. It's the only control tool that seems to like be working these days besides Reno itself.
Yeah. Yeah, I have no problem with threads.
I think that it feels mostly annoying because there's so many DKs just trying to challenge everything. At least in ranks on that, and I'm bad at playing around threads. So
Salesman, and a couple whelps here. I don't like playing that drifter because I want to wait till Zarumi's online. But the projectionist too, so wait till turn 7. Zarimi. Time you just saw 1 threads. Oh, for draw.
For some draw here.
Drifter now, okay. That's a good boy.
And this is a very threatening position here. If you're Epicat, you know they can get 2 turns in a row, and so leaving anything on the board is a problem.
Yeah.
But also, they can sometimes do it without anything on the board to start, but without Ziliacs, I think that becomes a lot more difficult to pull off. You don't get the buff.
I think here, knowing that and knowing that they have Zarimi in hand with the replica, so there's going to be 6 minions on board. If you hero power, you may have to bring in your second threads. And hold them off till turn 8, where you can then Get the Soul Sealer. Oh, deciding that 4 is enough.
Can they get Reska down?
What?
They could have played Reska. They choose not to.
That's a draw for German Shep. Play a couple things. So this lethal.
Yeah,
Four.
seems like a good opportunity.
It's not buffed. Jeremy's not buffed. So 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You can get 12. 4, 8, 12, 16. He's 16.
16. Another. Holding back on the 2-3 whelp.
Yeah.
If they
4, 8, 10, 11, 15, 16. Yeah. 16.
got the rope
Raising
burning.
Oh. Go for it.
Uh-oh. All right, here we go.
Play Whelp as well.
Doesn't get the whelp off, but does get both attacks in.
That's good. Starlight.
Hoping
Starting
to roll
hand
Ziliax
was.
off of Starlight.
Oh, yeah. Try to get the Ziliax. Yeah. Or there's a Drifter as well.
Oh my god.
There you go.
Hearthstone's easy, isn't it? My goodness.
That's what you got to do. You just got to roll well, and then you can. I'm just kidding. That was very well played there for German Chef, knowing they're out, finding exactly what the tool they needed to do it.
Yep.
Very well played, and sort of a great showcase of what the priest can do. It's sort of didn't have it and then had it. Powerful being able to go twice.
Dialing in that cheat code.
No. You can only do once a game. It's all right.
Yep. What do you queue now?
I think German Shep. I think he'd come back with their own Death Knight.
You lead now.
Hmm.
Primus, Horseman, Walker.
Yeah, I think for these matchups, I think Epicat would be. We just keep just the Harbinger.
Yep.
Or exactly. Yeah, the death. And I think for German Shep,
I think it's
Horseman stays.
okay.
Maybe.
I think I keep the Baron, but everything's so like man is so nasty right
Yeah,
now.
yeah, but
So.
the Baron you can get off top later.
No,
Hmm.
There we go.
everything goes back
I'm a
except
little
for the
bit
Baron.
behind.
Do you want me to share my screen there, Hustle, or?
No, I caught up.
Okay.
It was a weird little bug. I think I'm in now. Thank you. Oh, nice top deck there for Epicat. Picking up the mining casualties, making this a little bit cleaner.
Oh, there's the Horseman back.
The boomerang effect, I call it.
I can get Hematurge online.
Mm. Discover. Decides to pick up. On paw.
Nice value engine there. Off the Discover.
Yep. So I just go full clean up.
Oh. Nice top deck there for German ship. Do you, Jolt C, use the coin here for some of these 4 drops that they have in hand?
I
Just to accelerate
think
tempo a little bit, or is it too costly?
for here, I think you coin. The question is, what are you coining into? Baron doesn't have enough. I don't think the Baron has enough presence currently. Yeah, I like the hell yeah. That's
Yeah. I have my eye on Helia or Mom Pa, but getting Helia here to make every instance of plagues you drop in,
Oh,
oof, and
that
right
helps
away.
too. Yeah. For Epcat, I think here you're drop. Clean up the hell yeah. I was just gonna drop Mom Paw. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to respect this usually,
Yeah.
and oftentimes this early in the game, it's really difficult to. So, if anything, it slows the pace of the game, allows them to, find more tools for their play, and yeah, nothing really to do about it here over on Shep's side.
I think Shep. I think you just come back with your own. Come back with your own, and then you clean up the 2-1. Oh, oh. I just think there's no cleanup here. Excuse me.
Yeah, I like push and face. You're sort of ahead in the plagues game, kind of keeping that on, knowing that the more you get in there, the more important it's going to be for Epicat to keep their life total high. And so they may decide to trade into the Helia anyway, and that there's the 4 damage you would have dealt.
Yeah. Here I'm thinking you trade the Hemorrhagin, and then you play Army of the Dead, and you can full clear. Keep your Mom Paw
Um,
up.
yeah, look at that.
I think for Shep coming back. I'm thinking one of the things you do here is pressure doesn't give you anything. I think you dig a little bit and play one of the Barons. See what you draw.
I I agree. There's sort of no great tempo play here for German Shep, so finding something better seems to be in order.
Yeah, and then nothing really worth freezing. Nothing worth. They're full health, so you don't need the 3. Equip and pass. Equip in over 2 turns. Take out the Mom Paw. Maybe he's afraid that you won't be able to get rid of it if you don't swing twice. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, with Headless Horseman next turn and such a low attack stat there on the Maw, yeah, they may be feel secure against any new big threat that comes down, knowing that they can take it out, and definitely want to stop this life gain from the Ma and Pa.
Retaliation. Freeze face retaliation. Not a bad play. Didn't have anything for the Monpile last turn. See if they have something this turn. These alternate plays I can think are you just load the board up.
Yeah. So this makes it difficult in theory. Yeah, it's a good read. The Swordsman does still hit that, thankfully for German ship.
I guess the question you're asking yourself is is it worth it just to them all? It's itself online.
Discovered Ma and Pa too. Like there's still another one, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yes, you're right. I forgot that was discovered.
So
And it's the attack
got
off as well.
a lot of value out of that Ma and Pa for Epicat off of the Discover. So extended that distance and
Back-to-back plagues. No real good plays here for Epicat, unfortunately. No draw. No, nothing for as no real threat. Can't
hovering
swing.
over that Dirty Rat seems like the best play to me as well. Just disrupting your opponent's tempo a little bit.
Mm.
If it's something you
He
can
gets the
kill.
Ziliax, yeah. Do your Ruska here now. Just take it.
Ooh. Seems like a good take to me.
German Shep hasn't had much to do the last couple of turns.
And they can kill it without Reska.
Yeah, I'd be afraid too, because if your opponent's been holding back and you haven't been developing threats, I'd be afraid of removal. And you're just wasting your Reska. I can respect this.
Mm-hmm. Your opponent might have their own Reska in hand, as far as you know, too. So I quite like that. Your German ship's at full health, so there's no benefit from the life steal, and I'll find around to the card draw. That's the wrap. And very slow position for both players now.
Yeah. ATC has. CTC has a Dirty Rat, a Viper, and another Crusher in it.
Copy that.
So nothing really.
Could get a little bit of draw with the Acolyte here. Draw at least 2. Depending on what else you
That's
draw.
the play. No big threat or anything in the ETC to grab. I think this is. You need to dig a little bit.
Oh, well.
I can like that trade. Trade just to get the draw out.
Yep, see what you got.
The axe.
Not the best.
Well, this is the one that typically the warrior runs, so it's not too bad. Summons itself into the perfect module.
Oh, got it. Gives you a copy. Well, yeah, and they were on turn 8, so it's not nice play for 9. That's the best one available. And then the Primus off the top there for Ship.
Also found the head off the draw there too.
The mirror with the Primus and Reska always kind of feels like a Cold War. Because you know that if you're the first down, your opponent's just going to take it right back and undo the effect was to their benefit. So it's very difficult to find a clear opportunity to play those.
It's time to go with the draw here. From Shep's up to 8 cards. Could overdraw him if you really wanted to.
There's the natural mon there off the top for Epicat. And able to play the Ziliax if they desire, which would net them quite a lot of health, having, I think gotten 3 turns off of the discovered Mutton Paw. So that would be 15.
Mm.
Putting them at a health total of 45, if I'm not mistaken.
And to cycle out. And take out the Acolyte of Death there and Wampa. So German Shep needs to decide how he's going to respond to this. He can multiple ways. And try to look
Considering
for
weapon discovery first. Leave you with enough mana to play the Primus. Take the extra health off of the Mon Pop. Pretty good. Take 8.
Potentially, like again, like you're saying, it's the Cold War. You want to hold on to these weapons as much as possible. You want to see your opponent, who's lower, has less cards than yourself. You want to see them play theirs first.
Mm-hmm.
We're not close to fatigue yet, and also German Shep's has winning the Plague War too. Been no Hellier yet for Epicat played, so I think your German Shep, you just sit back. Oh, that's a good one. Now he'll get the Monpa once the weapon breaks.
Yeah, it's a nice interaction there to keep the threat up without exposing themselves to a big swing, like you pointed out.
German Shep is
bad draws here for Epicat.
Yeah, the draws haven't been great for him. Here, I believe he. Here, do you? Oh, yeah, this is a tough spot for Epicat.
Yeah, I think the Ziliac is like the best tempo. It recovers you some HP, and then you can play the Salesman for additional cycle when it dies.
Yeah.
But practicing quite a lot of patience, considering this ETC here, looking maybe for ways of disrupting.
He does have the Viper
their
in there.
opponent.
Takes the Viper. Does he cycle the Viper for the draw? Nope.
A little health gain here from that for a German ship, but way to get rid of the threat of that weapon.
There's 11 damage already on that CNE as well, so yeah, I'll be buffed up pretty. I'll be ramped up pretty quick if this Monpa stays online.
That's right. And it can summon 7 bodies. They're pretty frail at the moment, but it's not really what you depend on for the win with CME.
2, 4, 6, 17. So I just put more plagues in the deck, which help out.
Yeah, I quite like it. It's sort of this massive threat that gives you the opportunity to play a little bit more slowly, knowing that in time you'll get there.
This goes with the No Muncher. Cleans up the board. Sign with the no monitor to go face. Sorry.
Well, both of these have a 6 health stat line,
Hmm.
which matches up neatly with Celiac's. Is this finally the position where they'll decide Celiac's is worth playing?
Oh, unfortunately,
Oh,
that doesn't
now
help
not
him.
available.
And gets back to snake oil anyway. Oh, that's unfortunate. I'm gonna cycle it again.
The emotes
That's
on,
unfortunate.
well, thankfully, red remains at 0, which will eat up the, could eat up the.
Time for the Ruska and the Acolyte. Get some draw here. Get the Mom Pa back. Yep, search for a weapon.
Nice. We've got plenty of
Yep,
corpses here.
Crusher. Oh,
Oh,
I thought
decides
that
not
was.
to
I'm sure that'd be just.
equip it immediately.
Yeah, but I would have thought.
So it's 2 mana instead. Very interesting.
Maybe he thought the card draw, or maybe they thought the card draw was more important.
Yeah, they have been pretty starved for quality.
Yeah. Yeah, they
Now,
have
quite a lot of defensive tools available for Epic Cat, which is just in time, I think.
German ship. Believe. With Crusher. This idea. Oh, they're on their hands full. I said you play the Seamstress and then Hero Power. You got the Mom Pa. Looks like deciding to use the Crusher instead. Just picks up a body bagger and just dumps a couple cards. Lighten the hand up. Well, there's the Horseman for Epcat. Take out the Death Metal Knight. Doesn't get the value train rolling until he finds the head, though, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. They also do have Helia if they wanted to make a play to ruin your opponent's own long game. But no real support for that at the moment.
Hmm. They're both are undead. Could get your opponent to play the Hellion and hope that you start drawing more for your opponent with plagues.
Mm.
They can draw 2. Deciding to play the Horseman. Excuse me.
Yeah, just a couple of powerful cards. Doesn't deal with the draw engine on German Ship's side, unfortunately, but it does get something started for Epicat, which is much needed.
There's German Shep's own Ruska. Not really worth anything right now. Pretty clean this board up pretty easily with the German Shep's hand.
The hand management skill now is kind of coming into relevance for German Ship. Lots of opportunity to draw through their deck.
Yeah.
But now between hand size and the plagues, caution a little bit more necessary.
You could have always used the pulsing pumpkins on your own Acolyte of Death as well. So it didn't die. No. Helped with some trading. Decided to go with the Primus here. It's a good call. The only true we know the Ruska's gone for Epicat, and if they Primus themselves, they can just take it back with their own Ruska.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're in Epicat's position. You need to.
They do have Sickly Grimewalker and 2 copies of Threads of Despair, so they can, I think, deal with it.
Yeah. It's another option.
As
Looking at the
well as
confirmation.
draw.
This draws him. Oh, Fortune Plague.
Well, found its head.
Yep. Draws him 1.
Oh.
4 draws down through.
Oof.
Discovered Helia 2 is going to be another be a rough go for Epcat. Six damage. 6 damage. Just not quite 2-turn lethal yet. Human shot.
Yeah, I wonder if Heli is a consideration here with just pack their deck with plagues and trust that it's going to kill your opponent.
Yeah, I like that play. So it's play the
You
Helia.
can get a little bit of healing off of
Play the
Rainbow.
Salesman.
Seems
Discover an undead. Oh, found another
oh,
Ruska.
wow.
Epcat here. Just yeah. Trying to go with the Discover. Hellhound.
Lifesteal.
Hellhound for the lifesteal.
It's up there on Quartzite Crusher. Their opponent. And hope to stay out of range.
Oh. Burns one of the plagues too. Fortune for Epcat.
Unfortunate. Well, only at 11 here on the CNE. So 7 away. A lot of cards, I think. German Chef is excited to play here.
Yeah. You know, there's 4 more plagues in the deck. Oh, your 9 cards.
Nearly 50% of your deck. Let's get some cards out of hand, maybe.
I'm just wondering if your German Chef could just leave your hand full for now.
Yeah.
There's nothing really of value I could think that's in your deck at this point.
Well,
Maybe the Ziliax. You've seen the Ziliax yet?
There's Epicat CNE. Triggered more on the bodies than the damage. Deal 10 damage, summon 7 souls currently.
Hmm. Creates a board for him. But you know your opponent's hands full, so probably can deal with it fairly easily.
Mm-hmm. It did discover a Hollow Hound, which could help.
I like the Hollow Hound thing.
Oh,
Turns the Corpse Bride to help
good discover
eat
that.
some corpses up.
And yeah, decides that's what they want to just do right away.
Seeing he's up to 15. Can he get through the? Can he get through the 10? You can Reska 7. Just you're one short.
Let's go 7, 18. Shoot. Epicat's staying just out of range.
Oh, sorry, 6. I was thinking the hair powers there. No, that's one short. Set your opponent to 1.
Yeah, set your opponent to 1 and just trust that you'll draw a plague.
Yeah. Draw plague, hero power next turn. Looks like that's the play.
But now both Reskas and the Primus gone.
Oh, and there's the plague.
Oh, there's a plague.
As designed. Wow. Did not expect that to be a long match, to be honest with you, but
Those ones can drag sometimes.
Oh, mirrors. So that leaves just the pain lock for German Chef. Am I mistaken?
Yeah. Epicad. I would come back with the Death Knight again, just to. Or if you're well versed in the mirror, not Painlock's not a good matchup for Zuri Priest. Doesn't give you enough time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and staying on the controlled deck. Kind of an ugly hand offered for German Chef. Better one there for Epicat with mining casualties offered.
Yeah, this isn't a bad hand for Epicad. Actually, with the coin. Coin into the mining casualties, help clean up some stuff. Well, I thought the Hermitage would have been kept. I'm saying until that top deck, I was saying, unfortunately, this is one of the things about Painlock is you can get some of the payoffs, but none of the things that get you there.
Right. Yeah.
So,
Casual Projectionist could get you a second Treant.
it's not close enough yet for the moment. I think here you just either tap or play the Flame Imp. You want to say that projection is for, especially against Death Knight, you want to try to keep it if you can for your big threats and low up a board where they can't respond to it. Well, decides he's going to go.
Nice draw there for Epicat.
Yeah. 9 casualties. 7 coming out. Picks up another projectionist anyway.
Yeah, now there's a degree to which restraint is important, as you were just discussing,
Yeah.
because you got to play around the threads of despair.
Yeah, it's unfortunate those blood
You'll
treants
put out,
don't.
keep the pressure up.
Yeah, it's unfortunate the blood treants don't trigger anymore. Else that horror would have been 0.
Oh, that's right. Because the cost is that because the when it costs health, that's different from taking damage.
Yeah, that was a rule change a couple months back. Decide, or Shep decides to just clean up this board a little bit. Mm, 3 to face. I to like it.
Yeah, I'm not sure what taking one of those out does, except maybe deny a little bit of card draw. If
Here it's just be rotation. I think it goes to rotation yet. No, hold the rotation. Because the big stuff's gonna be coming soon. I think here.
yeah, I don't know.
Good. Clean up the
Crop
threads ever.
rotation.
I like
Yeah,
this play the best.
just being patient,
Yeah.
clear a couple of things.
Here, I think you just put down the forge. Just get ready.
Yeah, you float a mana, but you lose some value getting the imprisoned horror out ahead of it.
Oops, so I need to tap. Oh, tap and horror. Okay. Or is a tap projectionist into a giant? Seems.
Oh yeah, look at that. It
Put your
does get
dice
your
off.
health down awfully low, and Death Knight, while the control in this matchup, it's no slouch in terms of what its damage output can be if it really wants to.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to decide to get down the giant.
With Popgar in hand, trusting that they'll be able to recover from a pinch.
Here. Here you do have to clear if you go crop rotation to threads.
Yeah, I
Then
don't
you're using both your
see.
removal tools or in it for it.
It does leave you with Army of the Dead, which can help with something.
Or you can just go point army of the dead now. Clean up everything except for the giant. Threads gets weaker at that point. Yeah. This is the Saka was talking about threads earlier. This is why I don't think it needs to be nerfed, because if you go tall on it, it doesn't do anything.
My turn ends long.
Clean up there.
Gets the job. All right.
Drop a couple 5/5s. Just gonna be cleaned up with the army. I didn't see that last turn.
2 for 6. So clear 2. I'm sorry, it would clear one of them. Could also do that with the Sickly Grindwalker, although you may prefer that for combination with more undead.
Yeah, I think the sickly into I think this is where I play the sickly into the hero power. Yeah. Like you mentioned, you can only get rid of one anyway, so this at least this leaves you with a 2/4.
Yeah, absolutely. And that gives poison, so they certainly won't want to let them keep that.
I think you Pockgar this turn. You get rid of this 2/4. Or you trolley problem and hope you don't discard the Pockgar.
Well, I think it'll discard the lowest spell.
Oh, it does. Sorry, I thought I was targeted. I thought it was just random discard.
You could do that, but I think you're right on the Popgar. That gets them up to 14, keeps this 5/5. It's nice and safe, and but it's still a lot of threat to deal with.
Oh,
Wow, they are not worried.
going down to 2. And they're going to play 1 here. Bring back up to 6. I don't see the benefit for that, but instead of playing just the Pockgar and both sludges.
Yeah, I don't quite understand either. I was maybe trying to make sense of next turn they can fracking, and then Trolley Problem discards the Barrel of Sludge, which might, synergize nicely with just the tempo of the play, but I'm not really sure. We gotta see what they discover, and then you're able to use that to pull clear with the coin into the hero power.
German Shepherd. I think you're planning on going down to 1. Oh, can't go down to 1. This Molten Giant, your location's open.
Yeah, you've already got Trolley Problem.
And that will also discard.
Looks like
Maybe that
trade
was the
aids
thought
better
process.
than 2 creatures.
That must have been the thought process because this will
Ah.
guarantee discarded the Barrels of Sludge.
Mhm.
Oh, got the crop rotation.
Wow. Yeah.
Managed to get both
Really
copies
nice
of both.
response.
Managed to get both copies of the Grindwalker and crop rotation very early in this match. Definitely helped him out.
Yeah. And now at 6 health, it's really difficult for German Shep to do anything because everything that they have will kill them.
I think they're going to
Yeah.
find lethal here in a second.
Yeah. oh,
Hey.
you gotta go on yourself. Fine. I think it's with the Crusher and Whip and Lethal.
Epicat taken game 3. The 9 was sweet.
All right, we seeing the priest or we seeing the mirror?
Well, if we go by the numbers, it's got to be the mirror. But I don't know. I like the priest. You can just do silly things. Just gotta have faith. How are you?
I'm seeing what Ziliax is currently brought by Epicat. Brought the purple module, so that is one of his sources of healing. So depends if he feels like he can find it. Yep, siding with the
Alas, we get the
mirror.
mirror. Really nice opening offer here for German Shep.
Yeah.
With Flame Imp into Elementum Geode. A little bit
Uh,
clunkier of an offer there for Epicat, but Cult
Epicat,
Neophyte's
yeah.
always fun.
This ma- this matchup, definitely throw the Neophyte, and I would say tempting to keep the Spirit Bomb just for the matchup. It'd help you accelerate your game plan in taking out one of their threats. But I
Makes
can see
sense.
complete.
They're
I can
they're
see,
on play too, though, so maybe we kick it
yeah.
back for like a better one turn play. Oh wow, pretty
German
nice.
Chef's got some gas.
Good job. That good draw there for Epicat. Something to do on one. You ever just coin Geode or Neophyte here? You've got lots of turn 2 play.
I don't think the Neophyte. I think if you coin, I think you're going to bring the Geode. But I'm not against coining the Geode out. I kind of like the Flame Imp because say if you get stuck with a horror or giant at one, and you used it earlier, you're going to be kicking yourself a bit.
Makes sense. We go for the Geode and gas into their deck a bit.
This is the dance you always got to worry about. You want to trade or not trade? You're going to be doing 2 damage
Yeah.
regardless.
Yeah, and you're also like feeding their game plan both ways by dealing the damage off of the thing. So nice to draw that treant there. It's a little bit of additional momentum with Molten Giant in hand. That's nice to get your health total down. No penalty to. Oh well, it'll discard the other trolley if Epicat plays trolley here.
Draw first. See what you get. I don't think there's anything. I don't think there's anything you can draw that you. Oh, I'm deciding not to draw first.
Yeah, maybe worried about wanting a Spirit Bomb that they end up discarding or something. Both players with Molten Giants in hand.
No.
Pretty spooky.
Yeah. I think German Shep. I think you. Is the play just forge pass and hope they hit you?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too. Is that if your opponent hits you, then you can copy a Molten Giant next turn, get a couple of 8/8s, and do other stuff too.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's I would forge pass and see if they hit you. Worst case scenario, you can definitely get the Molten Giant down with the forge next turn. You play the Flame Imp, bring it down to 3, and then you can play the Flame Imp, or sorry, play the Molten Giant on top of it.
Right. Wow.
Or
For the draw.
tap Spirit Bomb and play Giant now.
Oh, not the best draw there.
Oof.
Find their own forge.
Fortunately, he can't get his own giant down. Without the rook, it's going to be even harder.
Land on the other fracking.
Horrors down to, I believe, only 7.
I was
He's only
surprised
done
by the
2.
pass on the location there. Know they can't get the giant down the same turn. They could have used it to duplicate the 3-1, which would have let them get the clear on this giant. I'm not sure they have a way to do that now.
They're just now saying it's a race.
And Popgar, with Popgar in hand, you kind of just need to keep them below the health of the giant, huh?
Yep. I think here for German Shep. Trolley problem? Tracking in a trolley problem? See what
Yeah. Fracking. Is there any lifesteal in this deck? It's just off of Popgar.
just Popgar. The only other life steal or the only other healing I've seen in these decks is if someone plays Popgar and plays the fatigue package with Crescendo.
Mm-hmm.
But neither of these lists are doing that.
And no real way to get their own minion down below their own health total. So really creative out there for Epicat.
His own horror. Oh, and finds another giant. Well, that's maybe a runs it into 2-1.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
with the health on those, it's gonna be a quick one for
Fortunately for German Shep, one of the trolleys would have hit the 2-1 instead. He'd been safe.
Darn.
He swung both trolleys into the 3 attack minions. He would have swung it into the 2 attack minion. You've been all right.
That's right. Well, just as well because it's our favorite thing on Sunday nights, Game 5.
Who needs to work in the morning? Let's do this. All right, so Priest.
There's a little bit of a miscue that I see in chat, so it's
Yeah, okay. I was gonna say.
they're gonna basically just so what happened? Epicat just exit out of the game instead of conceded. There's one way to do it.
Yeah. I think here for Epicat just needs to find some early drops, stay off the board, and try to get as many 1-drops as possible. Keep the pressure on so the Warlock can't get his health total low enough without being in danger of just dying to Zarimi.
Okay. Quickly get back into it. Okay, so they're re-queuing up right now, so should be good to go. Your casters
There
see
we
the
go.
action now? Yeah.
Yeah, mine's loading up.
Okay.
All right, there we go. I see a big blood mark, so I think I know what German Chef has in his hand.
Yep. Malefic
The other
Rook.
side,
Is Blood
the
Train?
cat.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I'll say an epiccat. I think this is just a
Full mall.
moping on coin. I think this is just a full mall.
Yep.
Wrangler. Actually, you may keep the Wrangler, but the other two are keep here. And from German Chef's point of view, this is a very good hand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is great. This is exactly what you want. Just
Yeah.
the gas.
I was gonna
Yeah,
ask. I was gonna ask if Blood Treant is actually good to keep now, but I guess in this case here, where you're just trying to get down to the lowest.
Yeah. Let's throw the giant. Yeah. Salesman. Here, I
Get
think
some card draw off of this.
Yeah, some card draw. I think it's Forge. Yeah.
Yeah.
And hits a horror and giant.
Yep.
Pain Train's coming.
Yeah. Coin rook, into horror. Here, yeah, just play
Feels nice to
the
get one
Wrangler.
down on curve anyway.
What's that?
Feels nice to get. I'm sorry, I don't know what word I just used, but Whelp Wrangler. Yeah, here seems about right.
Wrangler on curve. Good. I'm gonna help out the King Warlock himself.
Yeah, it says if you're gonna hurt yourself anyway, I'll help out.
Yep. Oh, that's
Oh,
put 4 health on the whelp. I think is the play. And then you
Yeah.
can come back around with a Dreamboat because they'll have 1 attack next turn.
hmm Also gets more dragons in play for an eventual Zarimi thing if you're able to draw that card. With Ziliak's hand, and you know your opponent wants to play minions,
Yep.
you might just be able to threaten them away from their sort of game plan.
Bring yourself down to 11 with 5 on board.
Yeah, and that's just not enough to also get the Molten Giant down. I think it brings it to 1.
Yep. Or here, if you want to play conservative, you can always just bring out the Forge now. Remove 2 things. Save yourself a little bit of health. Because the priest is at least going to help you get your Molten Giant down. Yeah, I like this play better.
Yep. This is tricky because you like to take out the value engine, but these other ones, well, things kind of tall.
So, here, I think you play the Whelp into the Drifter and into the Dreamboat. get you taunt in the way. They can't use their location to help you. And you can't use your location for next turn. You hit them for 2, and that's okay. Nothing has rush come back at you.
Mm-hmm. Kind of gives you the most minions and sets you up for Ziliax buffing the board next turn. I think that's right.
We're going with Ziliax instead. Oh, I guess giving it the 2 health too does take it away from both minions on board. Or either one of the minions on board taking it out. Missed
Yeah,
the health
if
gain.
they clear the 2/5, that would be 7. They have 12 if they can't clear the 5/9.
Yeah, I think the sheriff takes down the Ziliax, and I think you trade into the drifter.
So what does the sheriff do, just in case nobody's ever seen the interaction before?
Yeah, sorry. So below 20 health, the Sheriff Barrel Burn brings in a location, and it allows you to turn a minion dormant for 3 turns.
Oh, going on the 5/9. Deciding to leave the Ziliax. Not worried about the 5 damage here.
Nope. So I think here, as Epic, I think you trade. See what you find.
Well,
Might help you
it's
next
just
turn.
as well.
Your boat's going to
It's
be
really
plus
even
2.
the turn after because they have to play it for 6 next turn. So if I'm them, I'm kind of maybe even trying to clean up here a little bit. Just keep yourself protected and hope that you get something good off of Hearth for 7
Yeah.
because you're out of stuff.
Yeah, I think you Dreamboat now, clean up, and then Funnel Cakes just to bring everything back to full health. Or try to bring it. Oh, sorry, clean up now. Funnel Cakes, and then just clean up with the Dreamboat. So I'll give the stats.
Right.
Your Prep Cat, I think it's Geode Molten Location. Remove the Zodiac. Then you can remove the Dreamboat. And you
Right.
have an 8/8 on board. And a 8/5.
Mm-hmm. And a 4/1.
And a 4/1. Oh no. Yeah, 4/1.
4/2 maybe.
Oh, I see. We're on a big play here. I was thinking Geode for the draw, but deciding to go this route instead.
Mm-hmm.
I get the 5/5s down as well.
Yeah, that's
That's
enough, I
not
think.
good.
16, 24, 29, 33.
Yep.
Oh, bad luck.
So any hand that saves you with Earth.
If there's some druid thing where you can like innervate into a funnel, like I maybe, but I've never run Hearth, so I have no idea what it gives you.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Some of
Well, I
it
think
good,
it's
Like
the
a
some
only
of
play.
it
I
robot
think
bad.
hand that lets you do
the only play
something for
is
free. I don't know.
see what you get. Open the box.
Yep. See what Hearth puts. What deck list it goes into? What is it? It is
Nothing but
Druid.
0.
Oh, it's
for
Shaman. Shutterwalk Shaman.
Ah,
Too bad.
but Minchap presenting too big of a threat
Yep.
and taking the game, taking the series.
Game 5 winner. All right. Just asking German Shep if he's got a quick moment, do an interview, then we'll get going on the next match. So okay, so yeah, sure was the response. So we'll just do a 2-minute interview real quick. All right, just waiting for German Shep to pick up the phone. Hey, German Shep, how are you? I just see you're muted right now, but maybe the microphone's not hooked up yet. Oh, we can't unmute. Okay. All right, we'll be the transcriber. So you guys ask the question, and German Shep can communicate through chat. So
All right. Well, Minchap, what's your favorite deck in the metagame right now to play?
Bark if you can hear me. Yeah, I just see when you're winning. Yeah, I can imagine that too. As close to Speed Hearthstone as you can get probably is Pain Warlock.
should be just on the bottom there, right beside your name. There should be like a little unmute button. Should be. So how? I guess I'll ask. We're happy that you're back into THL. So, what's your thoughts on this season start? Since you're 3-0 right now. Good. There you go. So, what German Shep has said is after my question was after graduating college, didn't have enough time, or before didn't have enough time for a THL while going to college, but now he's graduated, he's got more free time. So happy to be back. THL super fun. So we're glad you're back. Oh, and now Discord is telling German Shep that he's not allowed to talk.
Oh, man.
Yeah, well. All right, one more question for
Well.
German Shep to Hustle, if you got something for him.
Yeah, I figured it out.
Hey, there you go.
There we go.
Oh, nice.
Hello. How you guys?
Welcome back.
Okay, yes.
Howdy, congratulations on the win.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I know we're already like 30 minutes behind because I rope every tune, so my bad.
I forgot to warn the viewers about that.
Yep. Sure they don't know.
Yep.
Did
Was
you
your
go
last
through
one?
any specific process for like prep, setting your lineup up with your teammates or anything, or is this pretty standard for you at this point in the season?
Oh yeah. So like to make my lineup, usually I just like look at the stats, see what 4 decks are doing the best win rate wise and like work the best with each other. But then sometimes when I see that Enter and Pocket posted their lineups already, it just like becomes too easy to just like blind copy them. So that was my strategy
Sure.
for this week. So I think I have 120 cards, the same as Banter. So he's also playing next.
Yeah. I was going to say he's going to be very familiar with the deck. Yeah.
Yeah. If he wins, then my win was just a straight Banter lineup difference. So maybe more people will start doing that.
All right. Well, thanks again for jumping on stream. We always like to have you on there. So, and congrats on the win.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of fun. Thanks, guys.
You got it.
No problem.
Take care. Okay, so let's move on to the next batch real quick. Forget who's playing. I don't know. Do you guys know who's playing? Oh, there we go. Okay.
You know, I don't know these people. McBarterface, is that right? I don't know.
Yep. So we go over to
Sounds
the.
like a slouch to me.
I think this is his first Hearthstone game, so we'll see how he does.
Alright.
So I got the deck lists up
Well, let's
on.
not be too hard on them then.
No. So we got Catharsis and McBanderface. The tail of the deck lists are up. So bands are up as well. So Catharsis, Shaman's band with Banter's Priest band.
Like German Chef said, we've seen the list from McBanter already. So looks like it's a fairly strong list. Arthas, who I played against before, good player, and bringing Hunter, so I am definitely a fan of that. Looks like it's a pure aggro deck, which I'm happy with. Just make them have answers. I'm happy.
Yeah, a lot of really aggressive decks in this lineup from Catharsis, and a little bit softer of a touch from McBanterface, bringing that control Rainbow DK, and then of course the Shaman, which for McBanter is not banned. So
One thing I
give a
am
little
surprised.
OTK action.
One thing I am surprised with Karthus's lineup is knowing that you're going to let the shaman through. I'm not seeing any speaker stoppers in their lists.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, perhaps trusting, that if you're fast enough, you can just get there. I'm always very nervous though with the spell damage shaman. They somehow always find it, even if I'm like, there's no way you have it right now. They always do. Sad.
There are cult neophytes. I do see that though. Slow them down a little bit, but not tremendously.
Mhm.
All right. So now we're just waiting for some eyeballs to kick in. And I see them. So for our viewers, we're going to see McBanterface at the bottom of the screen versus Spectate for our casting crew, and Catharsis going to be at the top.
McBanterface leading off with the Death Knight to Catharsis's Hunter.
It's gonna be hard to say if we're
Send back there from McBanter.
pluralizing catharsis,
Catharsis.
catharses.
Pretty good opening offer there to them as well, with the Miracle Salesman and their pick of Ironthorn Musician if they prefer, as well as the Remote Control, which for a weapon that only deals 1 damage is the way that it continues to add bodies to the board is really nice, especially when considering the Jungle Gym. You just want to have as many beasts available to you as possible. Not used to seeing Scarab keychain in the Hunter. That lets you discover a 2-cost card. A little extra value generation for a deck that can run out of gas.
Brushy Tuna is up 14 to 9 right now over APM.
14 to 9.
Yep. And this is the last match of their group. So
does that mean 14 to 9? So even if
they can't.
Catharsis wins,
Yeah.
they can't quite get there.
Yeah, 13? Yeah, 13 to 14. So 10-gallon hat. Never seen it before.
It can hold, strangely, only 9 gallons, though. Kind of
Sad.
unusually. It is draw, though, and it is kind of persistent draw because you get it back on the death rattle. So not a terrible choice here for if that often is starved of that. I just get after him. Acolyte off the top means it's not so painful to only get the 1 card draw off of this here. Maintain a little bit of tempo and keep pushing through your deck. Oh, nice.
Jungle Gym.
Second Jungle Gym on offer there. And saddle up in hand.
Throw that down now. Yep.
Makes this very nice.
Can't forget the order. You got to hit first and then saddle up. I've made the mistake 100 million times so far.
Yeah, gotta get that right. Oh, and then a Threads off the top, which critically does go through. It can affect the summons that come off of these death rattles.
Nice.
So, unlike
Okay.
some big board wipes, which would just leave the rest of the bodies on the board, this is sort of like defiling that way.
The worst defile ever.
Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy.
Let me
clear.
pop these death rattles for you real quick. Catharsis is I wouldn't be too happy with that, but what can you do?
Yeah, and as Hunter, it's difficult because you don't really find yourself in many positions to hold back the
Yep.
cards you want to be playing, just in case there might be, a Threads of Despair. And here with the Agrimar the Avenger in hand, remote control looks pretty bad. So
Yeah.
I want to just break it the following turn. So I've got my eye on 10-gallon hat here, and maybe just getting another jungle gym down for when you can flood the board with more beasts.
Joel, see, you got everything fixed up, or?
Oh,
There you
yeah. Don't know how long I was on mute for.
We thought you might have had some mic
I do it
issues.
all the time.
No, no, we're good. We're good. I was had myself on mute for no reason, no good reason.
Army of the Dead here seems all right. Like you've got the corpses. Oof.
Not what you want to see.
Yeah. This is a bit of the challenge with the hunter, especially in this kind of a matchup. If you can't get back on board right away, gives your opponent just lots of time to counter pressure or just stock up on what they need for your next round. So this is what I was suggesting last turn with the Agrimar. Now that you have this other weapon up, it makes it a little bit painful to get that down. But I think it's still played better than not playing it.
I think you need to play it anyway. I think it's 15 damage over 3 turns. Hoping that your opponent doesn't top deck the Crusher. This Jungle Gym's only unfortunately going to do 2 damage to the board. Well, it does clean up 1. Cleans up a second. Go some draw and clean
This
up.
Celiax has a death rattle on it. That means it shuffles into its deck. Oh no,
No, that's
it's got a
10-gallon
10-gallon
hat.
hat on it.
Draw a few cards. Give the hat back. Maybe not. Maybe looking at using Seamstress instead. Decides to clean up. All right, Arthas.
Not a bad drawing camouflage mount there.
Think you bring the mount. Or start with the draw. What else? What other minions? See, what are they running? Bring Observer Mist.
Okay.
What could you grab?
Miracle Salesman. We've got
Nothing
Thorn
of-
Mantle Musicians in there, I think.
Yeah, and you, unfortunately, you definitely don't want to grab the Observer Mist because if you raise its attack, you're not going to get the attack increase on your other minions.
Decides to burn off a couple of McBanner Faces cards there.
Yep, not bad. Banter coming back looks like it's going to be need to be cleaned up in any number of ways. Two cards in hand from the hunter. You worried about is RC? You would be worried about RC. They would have played it, or maybe wait for next turn. Maybe you're thinking you have to board clear next turn. Just the promise.
Yeah, how do you deal with that, right? Like,
Yeah,
It'll be a
pair of
7
three threes.
14 or a pair of 3
It's-
3s.
I think it's just they were taking it down the speed fight. Monpa, yep. That's the hunter here. Thank you. Play the draw. All spiders and locations. Yeah, I think from here on out, I think that EK just playing cleanup and just have to ensure whatever they get from the web spinner. So I think Corthus is looking for some value off the web spinners, and Banter just needs to keep those in check.
Mm-hmm.
Even with the Agrimar freezing to the face over 3 turns will give them some health and ensure they can't swing. Here for McBanter though, deciding to go trade off so we don't draw, and just Army of the Dead, yeah. This makes sense. A couple 3/3s.
Yep. Oh, anti-magic shells, kind of nice, huh?
That's very nice. Anything here? Let's see what comes off these web spinners. Anything that can help out Arthas. Really don't want to excavate. Part of coming back at you.
Might get Divine Shield Taunt, which still wouldn't be enough.
No. And you're looking at what 12, 14 coming back at you. I think you need to play the Agrimar for the 3/3 on it, or the card draw. Here, then you trade off the web spinner, see what you get. I think Agrimar. Thinking to the card draw. Deciding to go with Poisonous and Stealth. Loading up the board. This may just be lethal with the anti-magic shell. Yeah, it is, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Banter sees it.
Go figure. MT guy sees it. What the? Sees lethal? What nothing for McBanterface.
With that control out of
Yeah.
the way, now that leaves with the priest band, that's gonna leave their pain lock and their
I think the Shaman's coming would be the next pick, I believe, from Banter. Because you can control a little more with the Shaman.
right between the spell that gives you 2/1 taunts and the 5 cost that deals 3 to the board. You can turn the corner.
Yeah.
if you know your matchups. You see the switch onto the Warlock there for Catharsis. Oh, what an offer for McBanner Face.
I know.
And for Catharsis.
Oh. Oh, this is Sledge Warlock. Sorry, I was confused for a second.
It is a Sledge Warlock. How fun.
Pain Warlock. So Sledge Warlock may have a little more game into the Shaman.
It is
Definitely.
running the sort of more aggressive early game in the Flame Imp, Baritone Imp, which can still deal that damage, the self damage. So worth kind of being mindful of that into the Shaman, which can just get there sometimes.
Yeah, that horror will be down to 3 mana on turn 4. And that's what I see. Postal Assistant.
Mm-hmm. There's a nice little
Bring that
draw at the
down.
top there.
I think that's just the play there.
Yeah.
Well, you can coin into waste your own. I can go with Geode. Personally, I like the disposal assistant. If it gets removed, then you just coin into the remover, waste remover.
Right. They decide to prioritize card draw there.
Banter decides to play the Cactus Cutter. Don't think he's going to be playing the Overdraft. Probably trade the Snake Oil away or the
Mm-hmm.
probably
Or the
do the
Overdraft.
Overdraft.
What's the buff that the Cactus Cutter gets? +1/+2. So that would be a 3/4 if they do decide to play it just for the buff on the minion.
Oh, we are. Decided to play again.
Plus taunt.
I'll go with the taunt, yes. Back on Parthos side. And
Could push through it with the monstrous form. Although it's not exactly what you want to use that spell for.
takes 2. Oh, is he gonna get the horror down as well? Oh, deciding to go with Crescendo and play the 5/5/4. Okay. Decent stats on here. Banter. Snake Oil. Rock Totem. Keep digging.
Yeah, I wonder if it's just Needle Rock Totem and move on. I could also see sort of the Amphibious just for the Discover, but when you're under so much threat, you probably want to save that healing. Had to use some of their burn control here.
Let's get dropped off the book.
With it. Mm-hmm.
You're like I just like putting the stats on board. I think the wish remover, regardless, is the deciding to go with Barrel Salesman.
Yeah, just getting some tempo going.
Sure, deciding to play. Looks like deciding to play the Fizzle. I mean, the snapshot will have some healing in it. Pop-up book, I imagine. Mm,
Draws.
you can clean up the board and leave a lot of stats on if you waste remover now. Have your 2 minions clean up the frogs. 2 barrels of sludge will clean up the other 2 minions.
Mm-hmm.
Leaves you a decent, pretty sizable board. Banter with lightning reflexes.
Finds Crash of
Tumbleweed.
Thunder.
Yeah. But you Tumbleweed can come down next turn.
Mm-hmm.
Crash of Thunder. Oh, Sauce goes digging straight down. Oh. Cycle through. So, yeah, grab
And
the
finds a
flash.
flash of light. Just gravy.
Alright. Sides. Deciding to go some draw. There's a conductor.
Yeah, I had the mana for it, but maybe prioritizing keeping their health total as high as they can here, and yeah, getting this Forge of Wills.
Yeah, against this
Kind
deck,
of a
it's getting
big
to a scary
D6.
point in the game too that you don't have them on a low enough health total. You gotta keep big enough board on in place. I can get behind that.
Wow, just plenty of removal options offered. Baking Soda Volcano also carrying some life gain with it.
And there's more life gain too in the snapshot.
Cool.
Knowledge, yeah. Question is, you going into next turn? You got a flash. You don't have any Crash of Thunders.
I still leave this up.
Yeah. So
That's going to be 17. With
17 coming back at them. Banter. 17.
No sledges in deck.
No. I think you just saw the flash. I don't think you play the horror. You play the horror and then next turn play the horror and next turn if they do clear it, you have the conductor, or you just hold. Just
Yeah, I mean you put them to 13. They've used 2 of their healing spells. Like I don't know the degree to which you play around baking soda, and yeah, I was wondering about this. If you just get them as close as you can and hope they can't do anything about it.
oh. Just deciding to go all in. Banter's deciding he's just gonna go.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the snapshot also had more lightning bolts in it, so he knew they were in there.
Wow.
Working its way through.
Yep.
Game 2. In the books.
So Bartha's looking at a reverse sweep now against the Seremi Priest. What do you think the bring is now?
Good question. They can't bring their lock, or their shamans, so I think it's the mirror. We'll see what we do. Go with the hunter.
Yeah, I would have gone with the mirror as well. Oh, sorry, it wasn't Swimming Priest. It's
Mm.
Pain Warlock. Yeah. So yeah, this is a good matchup for the Hunter. Again, the Pain Warlock's trying to kill itself, so you, as the Hunter, you're just trying to help it along.
I like the way you said that because I was going to say that. You want to hurt yourself? I can help hurt yourself.
Yeah. Oh, you want to try to get to 0? I'll help you go faster. I think this keep through remote, and I think throw the other two for Corthus.
Yeah, yeah, and they they find the snake, sneaky snakes, which is a nice get on turn 1. Helps to deal with any 2 health minions that might come down here from interface. Able to find
Nice,
2.
nice quick start from Banter too, being able to potentially drop 2/2s.
And Popgar in hand helps alleviate the sort of tension of
You just gonna say, do you
dropping your
coin
ulti
out
so low.
and bring it all? You take it all. Take 15 damage to yourself on turn 1. Build the giant board.
Yeah. So
Good
that's
news.
11 on turn 1. That Catharsis is facing down.
Yeah.
I wonder if
Here,
you just ignore it and just send it all face. I don't know. I don't know how you
Yeah.
beat that.
I think that's the play. You know, this Warlock is has 2 cards in hand. Unless one's a payoff, you're gonna get them down to 12. I think you hold them at 13, simply because that way they can't play Mountain, or sorry, a Molten Giant next turn. I think you hold them. I think you take them to 13.
Tracking off the top.
Unfortunately, Horror doesn't. It's taking 0. It's still 9 sorry. Horror's still 9 mana. All the damage you've done to yourself doesn't count. Forge or Projectionist is. I think Forge.
Nothing.
So let's take Projectionist. Yeah, I think here we just get a. You swing with the weapon, play the Observer, play the Salesman, and then just start going face.
Yeah. They're making a play for the board. Furnace fuel. You know, you don't love ripping that. Yeah, so they go for
Here,
the big guy.
the K9s will be all 2/2s. I think you just swing. Oh, sorry, 3/3s after the swing. This is when you start helping the Warlock do his job for him.
Yeah.
That definitely helps.
Yeah. So Face, knowing with what they have in hand and their health total right now, it's just not quite there. So
No. All right.
Catharsis dodging the sweep there and bringing us to 4.
I guess the question now is it going to be the Priest? Or is it going to be the Warlock?
Warlock's got, I think, the advantage over the priest, so I wonder if it's the mirror here. All right, here we go.
Excuse me.
A little bit clumsy of an opener there for Catharsis, and the Sledge on Wheels, a bit complicated as a 2/4 going into much bigger minions than you might get from a Hunter, for example. But Sledge Treant's a good one.
Yeah.
No turn 1 play, unfortunately, there for Catharsis.
Blood Treant pass. For this, I personally like the conductor for the 3/3 just to keep that body.
Yeah, I also have my eye on the Baritone Imp. I think that there's a temptation to draw, to just kind of keep accelerating, but you really want to be in control of the board here.
Oh, sorry, that's not it. I meant to bring the imp in play. Oh, that's a good top deck for banter.
Very nice. Here's the 3/3 and just making you control the board.
Here you bring the sludge.
So you could Sledge on Wheels here. I also had my eye on Forge for a Sledge next turn that you can Monstrous form and then
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, create a dupe, but deciding to just get the Sledges rolling. We've also made that trade a little bit harder because it would have kept the buffed stats until, but of course it would happen a turn later, so that is relevant.
Here, I think you play the 2/2 drops. Draw first.
Yeah. Now there's 3 on the bottom and 3 in hand. That's very important with respect to the Pain Warlock, as we saw in the last match. If they go enough, it makes them vulnerable to those pledges.
Yeah. You gotta definitely pay attention to your minion's health as well. It helps going into next turn. Turn down to 15. Thinking whether he's going to trade or take 5 face. Another imp. Run off the top. I think.
It gives you a 4/4.
Yeah, I think.
Which I suppose you could hero. I suppose you could forge. You use location to create a rush to help kind of clear some of this up, but
Yeah, I think you trade off the geode. See what you get. I was gonna say, play the forge. Play the salesman. Then next turn you could play the imp. Play monstrous form. Help you get larger rushing. Starting to play the forge and copy the 4/4.
yeah.
Enters here deciding to.
Symphony looks good to me.
The horrors would be
5/5
hard.
to follow up with.
Yeah, it'd be hard to respond to. Or you can tap.
Yeah. Gets as many bodies out as possible. Threatens
Yeah.
lethal.
Any return play. Crescendo in
Mul-
hand.
Monstrous Forms is +3/+3, so it's just one short of being able to pair that with the second Forge of Wills to deal with the 8/8.
Yeah, you don't have enough.
They have their own Imprisoned Horror, but that would still leave 18 if they sent everything into the Molten Giant.
Yeah, you can tap. Yeah, tap. Play the horrors. Play your Forge of Wills. Play your monstrous forms. Um, no, you're not even alive.
Yeah, you get the
You
two
get the
things
8/8s.
cleared.
Oh. And Ben already sees the
Yeah.
sees the push.
Mhm.
That's it.
He made it. Okay. See if I can get McBanter in for a quick interview. Pretty fun night.
Yeah.
Super enjoyable with the cards. Yep. He said sure. So get him on in here. Hey McBanter, how you doing?
Hello.
How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing well. How about you?
Not bad, not bad. Thanks for waiting in the lobby, waiting for German Shep to rope every couple minutes. But you know.
Yeah. No, it's fine. I was kind of wondering why it was taking so long, and I opened the stream. I saw Shep was playing. I was like, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
He's well known for roping, so that's good. So, congrats on the win tonight.
Thank you.
Question for you. What was the what's the thought process behind the lineups that everybody wants to copy?
Well, I think this time I actually stole it from Pocket. We kind of go back and forth between somebody makes the lineup and then somebody steals it. But we kind of both tend to play like the same stuff in general. I mean, we just play the good decks. It tends to be the way that we play lineups in like big tournaments and stuff. So, just for like weekly things, it kind of makes sense. Just stick with the good stuff. We trust ourselves with the deck. So we kind of just go with that. And, if people want to like try and target a deck, they can try, but the good decks are good for a reason. So we kind of just keep it simple.
Good. So of the lineups there, you decided to go with the Zarimi Priest band. What was the thought process there?
Well, I banned Shaman.
Oh, sorry, Sean.
Yeah. I mean, basically, I think Shaman's at least like top two decks right now, maybe the best deck. And the annoying thing about it is if you want to like do better against it, you kind of have to tech for it. You got to play like neophytes and stompers. So it's kind of just easier to ban it and not have to put mediocre cards in our deck. Just ban the good deck away. Seems like a better strategy to us.
Also, you had a question?
What's your favorite deck this metagame?
Overall favorite, probably. I mean, in terms of like the like playable decks, probably Zarimi Priest. I've been messing around with some less good decks like Excavate Rogue and like Dragon Druid that have been pretty fun. But in terms of the meta stuff, I do like Priest a lot. I mean, it has like really explosive openers. Not super fun to play against when they do that stuff to you, but it is a good time to play.
For sure. Awesome.
Did you have another question there, Joel?
No, I'm good.
Okay. So I did have one question for you, McBanter, and this is some information I got from within Brushy Tuna.
Okay.
That you and Pocket Train are washed. So, care to comment? I'm joking.
It's true. The rumors are true. I thought we could keep it a secret. I don't know what we get out like that.
Well, your captain is spreading the fun love within DMs between Ron and myself. So, so
Now I know where the leak is coming from.
that's right.
I'll
Yeah,
have to have a word with him.
that's right. You'll have to sit him down and talk how etiquette is within the THL community. So,
Yeah, of course.
any final words before we let you go for the evening?
No, I don't think I have too much. Thanks for having me.
You
was
got
fun.
it. Thanks for being on stream. Appreciate it.
Yep, no worries.
All right,
See ya.
take care. All right. Well, that concludes our stream for the evening. I had some fun watching what was going on. How about you guys?
Yeah. Only one of them went to 5 though, unfortunately, but fun sets.
Definitely some fun sets. It was definitely a good watch. Good fun to come back and be able to cast again. But hang out with you guys. It was a good time.
Yeah. Want to thank geez, I was trying to figure out who was on stream tonight. That's pretty bad. Memories have a goldfish there. So we got Epic Cat, German Shep, McBanterface, and Catharsis. Thank you so much for allowing us to create the content here for THL. Next week, we're looking at Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Anybody that wants to be on stream, just either DM myself or Lotus Knight, or really any of the board members. But there is a spot within the THL Discord that's just called match streams. So typically our times are 8 p.m. Eastern to 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern. Wild9 also does streaming. He lives on the West Coast, so if you are a little bit later, so 10 p.m. Eastern or 11 p.m. Eastern, I'm sure he'd be happy to broadcast that as well. So, but yeah, on behalf of my my caster crew here, and Hustle and Josia, want to wish everybody have a great week this week, and we will see you sometime soon. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Yep.